Hello, welcome to all our viewers in Nigeria and around the world. Mid News on Global Television, coming to you live from the nation's capital, Abuja. I am Priscilla Obasi. A quick reminder that Global Television is on DSTV channel 365 and Star Times channel 276. You can also download the Global TV Nigerian mobile app for Android and iOS devices to keep track of our broadcast. Now the news in detail. A former governor of Ebonyi State and Minister of Works, David Umahi, has described opposition elements championing the coalition against President Bola Tinubu in 2027 as faceless and lacking credibility. Umahi stated that the president's achievement in governance and national integration strategy are enough to return him to Aso Rock by 2027. However, former Vice President Atiku Abubakar of the People's Democratic Party, Peter Obi of the Labour Party, former Kaduna State Governor Nasir El-Rufai, and other politicians have been in discussion over a coalition movement to unseat Tinubu and the ruling All Progressives Congress in 2027. President Bola Tinubu is set to officially commission the completed International Conference Center in Abuja, making its readiness for public use. The announcement was made by the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike, following a final routine inspection of the facility ahead of the commissioning. Godwin Sunday has more.
The Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike, expressed satisfaction that this project, along with several others, is now completed and ready to serve the public.
And also thank you, Mr. President, for the support we have received from him and completing this project. I can tell you that is one of my happiest moments in life, that this time when people are talking about things are difficult, we're able to deliver basic infrastructure to the people.
Minister Wike highlighted the importance of prudent financial management in the successful execution of such projects. He observed that despite facing financial bureaucratic challenges, strategic planning and strong leadership were crucial to completing the conference center.
One thing is just that, what do you want to do? What do you want to achieve? Are you committed to it? Yes or no? And prudent financial management is key. Nobody can claim that he has all the resources in the world, but the ability to manage prudently is what is more important.
The FCT administration also assured that designated officials will manage the facility adequately to ensure its sustainability and long-term use. Godwin Sunday for Global Television News.
Edo State Governor Senator Monday Okpebholo has inaugurated a 2.5 MVA injection substation to Domi community in Ishan Central Local Government area of Edo State. The governor, accompanied by top officials, was at the injection station to inspect the project, which is already completed and ready for use. He said the people had not experienced such development before, but that this achievement will open up the communities and other communities that will be connected to the substation. The Oni of Ife, Enitan Ogunwusi Ojaja II, has applauded President Bola Tinubu's plans to deploy forest guards to secure the nation's ungoverned spaces. The royal father, who gave this commendation while speaking with State House journalists after paying a courtesy visit on President Tinubu at his Ikoyi residence in Lagos, assured the traditional ruler will do everything necessary to partner with the federal government to ensure that the plans succeed in securing local communities across the country. Godwin Sunday reports.
The Oni of Ife, Enitan Ogunwusi Ojaja II, expressed optimism about the Tinubu's administration effort, praising the proposed restructuring of the forest guard system as a critical step towards lasting peace and investors' confidence. He also hailed the president's economic reforms, which he said will reposition Nigeria on the global stage, just as he backed the administration's newly proposed Forest Guard security structure.
The current administration is addressing it, which is the area of security. We're very happy with the Forest Guard structure and another platform to bring in more police force for the Forest Guard to continue to comb the entire forest, both in the north and in the south. So once security can be addressed, there is a good platform for investment to flow to Nigeria now. One area that Mr. President is addressing now, and I discussed with him too, is area of security. So he's on top. Let's keep praying for him.
Another respected traditional ruler, the Alake of Egbaland, Oba Michael Adedotun Aremo Gbadebo, also paid homage to the president in Lagos. Godwin Sunday, reporting for Global Television News.
Organizers of the June 12 protest, Take It Back movement, have released a list of venues across the country where Nigerians will converge for a scheduled protest. Speaking in an interview, the national coordinator of the movement, Juwon Sanyo-Olu, said the protest will take place in at least 20 locations nationwide. The exercise is aimed at protesting worsening economic hardship, insecurity, and what the organizers described as shrinking civic space under President Bola Tinubu's administration. A former Senate Chief Whip, Senator Ali Ndume, has alleged that presidential aides who are meant to assist President Bola Tinubu are deceiving him on national issues, insisting that some of them are damaging to the president's image. Claiming that the government has been hijacked by some of who he described as kleptocrats, Ndume alleged that key figures in Tinubu's inner circle are driven by self-interest and gross incompetence. Abia State Governor Alex Oti says he will continue to support President Bola Tinubu as he takes difficult but courageous and necessary economic decisions to fix Nigeria's economy. Oti said Tinubu made a courageous decision to remove the fuel subsidy, noting that it ought to have been done long ago. Governor Oti thanked former governor of Abia State, Orji Uzor Kalu, for the work he did in the state in the past. Severe flood has hit some homes and business outlets in Bature New Extension, a residential community in Jimeta, Yola North, local area of Adamawa State. A downpour earlier on Monday morning had caused drainages to overflow into streets and across homes, damaging households' effects and forcing some residents out of their lodgings. The rain fell across Jimeta metropolis, but while the rest of the metropolis evidently coped with no reports of flood. Now to health matters. The Nigeria Center for Disease Control and Prevention and CDC says Ondo, Bauchi, Edo, Taraba, and Ebonyi states have accounted for 90% of Lassa fever cases in Nigeria so far in 2025. The agency disclosed this in its latest Epidemiological Week 21 report republished on its official website, which confirmed that Nigeria was recorded 739 confirmed Lassa fever cases and 141 deaths, resulting in a case of fatality ratio of 19.1%, a slight increase from 18.1%. You are watching the live broadcast of Midday News. When Midday News returns, Nigeria forfeits $4 million from World Bank loan. Details coming shortly, plus foreign and sports stories on the other side of this break. Please stay with us. Welcome back. Thank you for staying with us. Now we go to the business news. The federal government is expected to lose $4 million from a World Bank loan after failing to meet auditing standards on a key revenue reform covering the Federal Inland Revenue Services and the Nigerian Customs Service. The fund formed part of the $103 million Fiscal Governance and Institutions Project, a public financial management initiative financed through a credit facility from the International Development Association. According to the World Bank's restructuring paper dated June 2025, the revenue assurance audit covering the FIRS and customs for the 2018 to 2021 financial years was assessed as not achieved because the report submitted did not meet international auditing standards. The Minister of Solid Minerals Development, Dele Alake, has officially launched a capacity enhancement program for the first batch of Nigerian mining professionals in Murdoch University, Australia. The initiative is a key outcome of the Nigeria-Australia collaboration with the support of the Commonwealth Government aimed at addressing skill gaps in the mining sector and deepening bilateral ties between Nigeria and Australia. Over now to Sharon Ajay for the rest of the story.
Australia, through the Australian Ministry of Mines and Petroleum and Murdoch University to facilitate technical training designed to strengthen the expertise of Nigerian mining professionals. This collaboration, with strong support from the Australian High Commission in Nigeria, has now culminated in the commencement of a 2-week pilot training program involving 7 Nigerian participants at Murdoch University. In his remarks at the launch, the Minister of Solid Mineral, Dele Alake, noted that the program represents the realization of a vision conceived less than 2 years ago. The minister charged the participants to be worthy ambassadors of Nigeria and to leverage the training to enhance the country's technical capabilities and contribute to evidence-based policy design and implementation.
Here I must not fail to mention the strenuous efforts of the Australian High Commissioner to Nigeria, Ms. Lillian. She's been a pillar of support and encouragement at every point. She was always there, egging us on, encouraging us at every point, and also traveling ensuring that this vision came to reality.
Welcoming the Nigerian delegation, Vice-Chancellor of Murdoch University, Professor Andrew Dex, highlighted the importance of capacity building in the global resource sector. He emphasized that the exchange program aligns with the university's mission to promote ethical, sustainable, and inclusive engagement across continents through impactful education and research. The Western Australian Minister for Mines and Petroleum, David Michael, welcomed the Nigerian delegation and expressed strong support for the collaborative approach to resource development. The training covers a wide range of subjects, including extractive metallurgy, sustainable geochemistry, and mineral science research. Participants will also embark on field trips and engage directly with the industry experts to explore mining trends, investment opportunities, and sustainability challenges. Sharon Ajay, reporting for Global TV News.
Startups across Africa secured a total of $254 million in May 2025, marking a slight decline from April, but a better performance compared to March. While the May figure does not break records, it pushes Africa's year-to-date total to over $1 billion, up 4% compared to $750 million raised in the same period last year, according to data from Africa, the Big Deal. More significantly, the report indicates that Africa's startups have now raised $2.5 billion over the past 12 months, spanning June 2024 to May 2025, the highest rolling 12-month total since early last year. The Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited has raised an alarm that some individuals are impersonating it, demanding money from investors. A statement by the NNPC spokesman Olufemi Soneye stated that individuals solicited fees for meetings with the NNPC Board of Directors, executives, and management staff, saying the actions were unauthorized and illegal. He further noted that all legitimate engagement with the NNPC occurs strictly through official channels or business units only. Now on the foreign scene, more than 50 people detained during anti-government protests in Togo last week have been released, while others remain in custody, the public prosecutor said. Dozens of protesters were dispersed with tear gas since 2025. An Israeli strike killed a Lebanese father and son in southern village. The Lebanese Health Ministry and state media said the latest death despite the November ceasefire. A second son was also wounded in the strike in Sheba. It was reported that there was no immediate comment from Israeli military. Israel had warned that it will keep up its strikes on Hezbollah targets across Lebanon despite the condemnation expressed by the Lebanese government after a massive strike on South Beirut the previous night and the eve of Eid al-Adha holiday. Taiwan's opposition-controlled parliament approved a pay increase for military service members in a bid to address the manpower shortage and retain soldiers in the face of Chinese military pressure. China claims Taiwan is a part of its territory and has not ruled out forces to bring the self-ruled island under its control. The main opposition, Kuomintang, KMT Party and Taiwan's People Party, passed amendments to an Armed Forces Pay Act granting volunteer service members an additional monthly allowance of NT $30,000. Next in sports, the Nigerian Football Federation has announced that Bolaji Johnson Arena in Lagos will host both the men and women's President Federation Cup finals for the second consecutive year on Saturday, June 28. This year's final features surprises package Abakaliki FC of Ebonyi taking Aquara United of Ilorin in the men's final, while defending champion Rivers Angel of Port Harcourt will face Nasarawa Amazons of Lafia in the women's decider. Veteran football coach Claudio Ranieri has officially declined the opportunity to become the next head of coach of the Italy national team. The former Leicester City and Chelsea manager confirmed the decision via a statement stating that while the offer was a great honor, he has chosen to remain in his current role as AS Roma. Ranieri, 73, has had an illustrious managerial career spanning several decades, and his decision comes as the Italian Football Federation seeks a new head coach for the national team. And that is it on Global TV Midday News. A quick reminder that Global TV is on DSTV channel 365 and Star Times channel 276. Kindly follow us across all